Hello guys, thank you for joining me on my channel. Today we are doing a spring inspired look because spring is here finally in Europe and I'm living for this. I love spring, I love springtime, and I thought to incorporate in this look every single shade that spring means to me, you know, makeup wise. So lilac-y colors, rosy tones and shimmery tones, everything that brings me joy, you know. And I did a soft makeup but on the glam side. I hope you like it, and if you do, keep on watching, stay tuned. As you well know, I'm starting with the eyes always. I'm using a primer. This is the Paint Pot again from MAC, just as in almost every single video of mine. This is a good product because I don't have to necessarily powder on top of it. I can go straight with my eyeshadows and they don't look streaky. Now in my crease area, I'm going to add first a eyeshadow that's almost invisible on my skin tone. I love this eyeshadow, especially to blur out the other eyeshadows that might, you know, require a bit of blending. This is an eyeshadow from Inglet. It's a matte, very light pink, like lilac-y pink, and this is the eyeshadow that's gonna be the first layer. This is going to make the canvas I'm working on so smooth. And then I'm going to grab another eyeshadow that's actually a tone or two darker than the first one I used, and this is from MAC. And as you can see, I'm doing this rounded shape at first. I am applying the color in, you know, more than just one layer. Like I'm putting 2 or 3 layers until I'm happy with the application, and then I'm also swiping a bit upwards, you know, towards the temples. I'm just elongating a bit that shape, but it is not about a cat eye-ish look, like a very sharp defined look. It's nothing about that. It's more a soft smoky eye. And now for the mobile lid, I'm going to take this lilac-y, very shimmery shade from a palette which is called Prismatic 3D Highlighting Palette. It's for the eyes and face from V7. Those particular shades are very shimmery, all of them. And this one, it has a bit of pink in it, not just blue. And that's why I chose this one and not the other one that's more on the bluish side. This is also cool toned, but it has pink in it. And then I'm going to take this pink shade. This is going to be my inner corner highlighter, and I'm also tapping this actually with my finger on the inner part of my lid. You can't really see this on the camera, but in reality it just looks pretty. And then for the mascara, I'm taking this one from Ico, and this is one of my favorites because of the wand and because of the formula. It's very thick but it's not clumpy, and also long lasting, although it's not a waterproof one. And then for the eyes as well, I'm going to complete, so to say, the upper part of my eyes by putting false lashes, and this is the look I had in mind. And as you can see, I'm also sort of combing the lashes so that they become a bit more fluffy, so not very spiky. Then I went on with my base. I left the eyes for now and I did my base. I applied a moisturizer which is actually a serum from La Roche-Posay, which I love so much. It's a very thick, kind of sticky formula, and you can really feel that it does something, you know. It plumps up your face, your skin, and makeup looks great on top of it. After working this product into my skin with my clean fingers, of course, I grabbed another product which is very good for my skin type. This is La Base Pro from Lancôme, and this is a face primer. If you have like an oily skin, you might want to skip this product and use something else instead. But anyway, I apply this also with my fingers. Then I took this foundation from Becca to be the base for today, and I have to say, this product, when I first tried it out, I gave a negative review because I didn't like the product, and I gave a second chance to this product because I normally do give a second chance to products, makeup products, and it wasn't any better this time around. It just doesn't look good applied on the skin in general. I don't like how it looks flowery, how it sits on the skin, how you can see it, how it doesn't melt into the skin. It doesn't make my skin look better with it on top than without it, and it's very thick and masky, and all this together is just not a good product, sorry. Meanwhile, I'm applying a concealer, and I'm working the concealer with the same sponge. This is the Bare Skin Concealer in Light from Bare Minerals. This is a great product. This is amazing. It's worth all the money. And then I'm putting on lightly powder, because this foundation requires powder. It's so thick, and it doesn't, like, I don't know, settles down. It settles into the fine lines, that's true, but it's gonna move around if you don't set it with powder. And I took the one I'm having in my hand from MAC, and then I gave dimension to my face, because the foundation is also a bit lighter than my skin tone at the moment. And this bronzer, this is a nice one. This is from Maybelline. It's the City bronzer, and the brush I'm using here is from Ziva. I'm just applying it as I normally do. I'm doing like you know, that sort of 3 shape that one does with the bronzer, but I am applying it on my cheekbones, sort of downwards, like towards the mouth, and that kind of elongates your face. So this is like a nice trick to do if you have like a rounded shape. If you want to elongate your face, then do this, you know, don't hug your cheekbones, go downwards towards the mouth. At the moment, I'm applying a blusher which is from L'Oreal in the shade 120 Sandalwood Pink. I love the shade. I normally do apply like 2 layers, one that's more spread out, more sort of blended, and then in the middle of it I'm going again with the same product but more concentrated, and it looks so good. The highlighter I'm using is from Hourglass. This is an ambient lighting powder in luminous light, and this is a great product. This is such a nice, subtle and decent kind of highlighter that doesn't make you compare to the sun. This is a product that I'm using on brides, on anyone that just doesn't like very much highlighter. Then I'm taking again the same eyeshadow from MAC, which is Tuscan Sun, and I'm putting this all over the lower lash line quite heavily. I'm doing a very smoky effect there, and I'm putting again 2 or 3 layers because I want the most of it, you know, I want to bring the most of this eyeshadow. And also the lightings keep changing because I'm filming with natural light as well. Sorry for this. Sometimes you can see better the eyeshadows and how it's actually looking in reality, and sometimes it's like washed out. I'm sorry for this, but I can't do anything. The sun kept going in and out and it drove me crazy, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, on top of that, we are going to go with the eyeshadow from that prismatic palette from V7, and I think it gave such a nice effect. And this is also kind of making it a bit more special, because that shimmery shade, it's not only on the mobile lid as you normally see it looks, it's also underneath the eyes, and that's pretty. I find it pretty. I'm also highlighting the tear duct area with the same rosy shade. That's very pretty. I find it to be the most pretty from the whole palette. And then for the lower lashes, I'm using the mascara that I love very much. This is the Extended Play Mascara in black. This is a waterproof one, and it doesn't budge, it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't bleed or smear all over your skin. Also, I love the wand of it because it's so, you know, thin, and you can't really touch your skin with it and ruin your look. And yeah, this is about the mascara. And then I'm taking from Essence this long-lasting pencil, which is in the color Purple Rain, and this I'm putting only in the waterline. For tight lining, I took another liner which is from Maybelline. It's the Tattoo Liner in black. This doesn't transfer to the lower part, and I'm using it more and more because I normally go for the gel liner from MAC. That's a very good product, but this one is like a good alternative, especially if you don't have or don't want to use 2 products at once, like, you know, the gel and the brush. But this is like a pencil, and if you travel, you can take it with you just as it is. eyes, and it works perfectly fine. For the brows, I took the Pro palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, as always, that shade there, and I'm just brushing lightly through the hairs with it. I want to cover, you know, the bald spaces, but I don't want to make it very blocky and very bulky. Another thing I like to do, I like to go with a gel, brow gel, through the hairs. I like to comb them and kind of set them into a shape I like. I like that very fluffy brush. This is kind of my thing nowadays, and I use this time that product from L'Oreal, which is a brow gel with color in it, so you can actually use it on its own. You don't need a powder, but you know, mixed, combined, you're gonna end up with a nice looking brow. For the lips, I took first a long-lasting lip liner in the shade Plum Cake, and I outline a bit my lips, but don't tell anyone, you know. You know, I do like to do that. And then I put on top a gloss, which is from Maybelline, in the shade Pink Petal. And this is it. This is the look. So this was the spring inspired makeup look, and if you did, show me. And also don't forget to subscribe here to my channel. Don't go before you subscribe, because you don't want to miss my upcoming videos. And also go follow me on my social, Instagram, Facebook and VERO. Only those 3, and no Snapchat, no Twitter, no anything else. So see you next time. Bye.